configuration on the router. I'll click on the router. So the next thing we're going to do is to enter the IP address. So the IP address 192.168.10.1 is going to be 1 because we're doing it on the router. So 55.255.0.0, then you enter. So after you've done this, you exit. So the next thing you are going to do is to go on the second switch, which is Inter. So G0/0.20. So you do encapsulation also. Encapsulation. So encapsulation dot 1Q. So you have to put the 20 because we are doing it on VLAN 20. So enter. Then the IP address that you will use, the IP address should be 192.168.20.1. Then you put the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. So after that, the next thing is for you to exit. You exit. So once we are done with that, we need to activate the what? The interface. The switch interface, we need to activate it. So if you are to activate it, don't put anything. You just do it like this. No shutdown. That's what we use for no shuts down. That's what you use to activate. So no shutdown. You enter again. You say exit. You have to exit. So after that, we want to do the configuration of the IP for DHCP. So the IP for the DHCP is going to be IP DHCP. Then you put pool. This pool means many. Then VLAN, because it's going to give us the IP address automatically. So VLAN. So after that, we give it the network. So the network is going to be 192.168.10.0 because this one is network. Network will be 0, while router is going to be 1. So put the 255 subnet mask 255.255.0. The next thing after this is the default router. So the default router, you have to configure it. Default router is going to be router. So default router is going to be 192.168.10.1. So enter again. Then the next thing is the DNS server. So which is 8.8.8.8.8. So after that, you exit. We are done with that. Then the next thing is to configure the IP DHCP pool. That is VLAN what? VLAN 20 now. We're doing for VLAN 20. VLAN 20. So you press enter. Network. The network is going to be 192.168.20.0. That is network. The subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Then you enter. Then defaults, you have to put the default router. Default router is going to be 192.168.20.1. So after that, you do the DNS server. DNS server is going to be 8.8.8.8. Then you enter, then you exit. So once we are done with this configuration, the next thing for us to do is to configure the IP DHCP excluded address. IP DHCP excluded address. That's what we are going to configure now. So IP DHCP excluded address. That's the next configuration. So IP DHCP excluded address. So which is what? 192.168.10.1. That's for this. Then the next VLAN is going to be DHCP excluded address is going to be 192.168.10. No, it's going to be 20.20.1. So after that, you end it, or you can leave it like you can exit. Let's end it and see. Then you exit. So you exited. So let's see. So now click on each of the PC. Go to the desktop. Go to IP configuration. From static, move it to DHCP. It gives us an automatic DHCP request successful. Then you go to the next one. Same thing, you will do it. Same thing. Put it on this. It will give us an IP, automatic IP. Then the next thing on the second one. Then go to the desktop. So put it. Here's the third one. It gave us IP automatically. The same thing on this. Go to it. Click on the IP configure. Put it. So it gives us everything is successful. So you can see now. So in this tutorial, I've done the configuration of what? The configuration of VLAN on the switch and also DHCP on the router. So in our next video, we're going to move on to